Hi, welcome to this screencast looking at large organisations and how they can make themselves more sustainable. This is kind of one of the first topics where they could be asking you 6-mark questions, and it's going to come up in section 4 of the paper, and it's about interpreting these ideas. So let's actually go through a couple of examples of companies, because you're expected to know a couple of examples. Right, first off, let's have a look at Honda. Okay, Honda are a Japanese car company who are trying to make their production effectively sustainable by producing sustainable cars. And they've produced something called the FCX Clarity, which is currently only available in California, but it's a hydrogen fuel cell car. That means it has 0 emissions, and its only waste product that comes out of it is water. That makes it very, very sustainable because hydrogen is the most abundant resource on Earth. If a company like Honda can develop this, the key thing is it's going to reduce global emissions. If you think back to the number of car figures we've seen recently in terms of Delhi, if a car like this can become productive, then it's going to create a very, very sustainable world. Second company that we're going to look at is trying to make itself more sustainable for its production usage, and this is Unilever. This is a global TNC. They produce products such as Flora, Lynx and Dove, so they've got loads of different things, and they're trying to make every aspect of their business more sustainable and become more profitable at the same time, because that's their base idea. We'll look at one example, which is what they're doing in Kenya, which is using Unilever's Lipton's tea. And the key thing is you have to get the tea leaves dry. So what they're starting to do is grow eucalyptus trees, which are fast growing, which is reducing the fuel wood which they use. As a consequence, it's increased its fuel supply by 15%, and it's reducing the amount of wood consumed by 25%. This means that there's less deforestation, there's greater sustainability in the system as well. Okay, the third example we're going to look at is Interface. This is a company which manufactures carpets in the US, and they're aiming to become the first sustainable company. Every aspect of their development they are trying to make more sustainable. And so the key thing which they're trying to do is use solar, wind, biomass, all types of sustainable energy to make themselves more efficient. Then using efficient transport, which is about trying to actually minimise the level of pollution coming from it, and they're reducing their waste as well. And all of these things are important in terms of making themselves much more sustainable. So let's have a look at an exam question. This is a 6-mark question which came off paper a couple of years back, and it's explain how large organisations are becoming more sustainable in the workplace. Use examples in your answer. Pause the video, have a try answering the question. Right, so here's the mark scheme for the question, and if you have a read of it, the key thing is thinking about that concept of workplace and large organisations. Have a look at level 3, a good description of at least 2 policies. So you must be learning 2 ideas, and you've got to get that data and detail in there, and then explaining how it is becoming more sustainable. Okay, and they give you an example there of less resources used because, so they're actually then developing the idea, and that's the key thing, is you need to make sure that you make your point, you explain your point, and you give evidence to back up your point. Okay, and that